GitlTalkTV. My name is Sherry Bryant, your host. Thank you for tuning in. Joining us again is Amy with Beyond Motion. Hi, Amy.
How are you?
Great. Now today I understand we are working out our abs.
We are working on abs.
It's all about the abs. And ladies, if you're like me, it's an area that's just hard to slim down for me.
It can be for a lot of people.
I know it can be. So I need you to help me get it to where it needs to be. Nice, slim, like yours.
Well, today we're going to work on 3 moves. We're going to keep it really, really simple. We're going to work on that 6-pack area, the rectus abdominis. Okay. We're going to work on the low abs.
I have no pack.
You have no pack. It's actually an 8-pack, but most people call it a 6-pack. But we'll talk about that later. Okay. So the low abs, you know, if like you're zipping in your jeans, your transverse abdominals, and your obliques. Okay. Right. So we're going to work those 3 parts. Now, everything that happens in the front of the body has a counterbalance in the backside. So by strengthening your core, you're protecting your back. Okay. We are holding balls. Yes. Okay. So at the studio, we use these balls. At home, you can always get a playground ball or like a dodge or kick ball and make sure it has a little bit of squish to it. Okay. If you don't have access to that, one of the things you can do is take like a bath towel and fold it up several times so it's about this height.
Forms. Okay.
Yeah, it won't be round, but it'll be about this height. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is place the ball right behind the low back at your waistband. All right. So, and this first exercise is basic crunch. We're going to call it an ab curl because I want you to think of scooping out your belly and rounding your back. And I want it to be almost like a melon baller, where it's really hollow on one side and the front side of your body and rounded on the back side. Okay. So this ball, if you push it down toward your waistband and tush and then lean against it, what should happen is your pubic bone should tip slightly up.
Tip it up?
Yep. Now the next thing I'm going to have you do is dig your heels into the floor and keep your feet about hip distance apart. You really want to dig the heels in and pull the toes back. Okay. What you should feel is flexion in your shin, and by digging the heels into the floor, you're asking your hip flexors to stop working. Okay. So we want the core to work, not the hips and thighs. All right. Okay. The next thing is where we place our hands. You're going to stack one hand over the other at the base of your skull. I never want anybody to interlace their hands because it means
what I do when I'm doing ab work. I
interlace. Yeah. When people interlace, they tend to pull on their neck. And the other thing you always want to remember is when you're doing abdominal work, supine, laying on your back, you always want your eyes forward. Okay. Never up. I know, and I don't know who came up with that rule, but essentially, if you want to pay attention to your neck, imagine this. If you're driving forward and you look behind you or over to the accident to the right, where does the car go? It goes to the right, right? If you look up at the sky while you're doing abdominal work, all you're going to get is strain through your neck.
And I do feel that.
Yeah.
That's a great tip. That's why,
And so many people tell me they can't do ab work because their neck hurts. Well, your neck shouldn't hurt when you're doing abdominal work. So think of it this way. Always allow your eyes to look forward and kind of down so you have enough space to your chin for your fist. Right? And you can stay in this position so you're not clenching your jaw or gripping in your throat or clenching it and moving in on your shoulder.
This is one of the reasons why I don't like doing ab work.
I know, everybody has an excuse with ab work.
I come up with tons of excuses.
Well, let's start with this one, okay? So you're going to stack your hands. I want you to think of holding the head of a newborn baby. Okay, so your hands go behind the head, the thumbs come down the sides of the neck, and I want you to start off by pulling your elbows all the way in so you feel a stretch across your back. Now pull your elbows all the way out so you feel a stretch across your chest. And now find middle where you can keep your shoulders right on top of your rib cage. Yep. And let your eyes come up just a little bit. Right about there. Okay, so pulling those toes back, you're going to scoop out your belly and roll backwards about 2 inches on that ball. Back. Inhale as you go back. Exhale to curl forward. Good. Think of scooping. Exhale through the mouth on the way up. Good. Now instead of thinking about sitting tall, curl in like the letter C. So look at your knees. Exhale. Much better. Go down. Exhale. Now squeeze your belly button back toward your spine. Exhale. Good. So let's talk pelvic floor muscles. Squeeze those Kegel muscles. Squeeze those pelvic floor muscles. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more here. Ready? Exhale for 1. Inhale back. Exhale 2, looking down and slightly over the knees. Exhale 3, feel that shudder shake on the way back last time. And 4, nice. Okay. So this is your basic one. Okay. That's basic. This is number 1.
Me in all these segments, I stick with the basics and move my way up.
That's good. But we do have other exercises. So we want to do the obliques.
For those that are much stronger.
No, you're going to try this one too. Okay. All right, so this next one for the obliques, we're going to start in the exact same position that we were just in. Okay? So this time, instead of going straight forward, I want you to exhale and twist toward your left side 5 times. Each time you come back, you're rolling back down. So you'll exhale, curl, and twist, and come back to center. And do it again. Exhale, curl, and twist. Good. Now, keep going. And as you're working on this, I want you to really keep the knees nice and still. Good. And roll back. Exhale on your way up. Exhale. Good. Make sure you're not pulling on your neck. Do 2 more for me. Exhale and twist. Good. I want you to think about taking your right rib cage to your left hip pocket on this one as you curl and twist. Great. And bring it back down. Now go ahead and do the other side. Exhale, twist to me. 1. Good. Neck is nice and soft. Down. And exhale, twist. Good. And down. Keeping those knees nice and still. Exhale, twist. Great. And they twist. If you want to twist at home and you want a little bit more, you can allow that leg to lift slightly and bring the heel back down. But again, your waistband stays connected to the ball. The exhale happens as you rotate, and you'll inhale back to center. And you can do 5 to 10 on one side, switch, do 5 to 10 on the other side. And exhale. I know, that's a lot of work, isn't it?
Ladies, I felt that. I need to work on my
breath control. That's sometimes the hardest part working with abdominals, is figuring out, okay, where do I inhale, where do I exhale? Usually I have people exhale on exertion. So for instance, in the ab, inhale, roll back, exhale to come up and twist if they're doing the oblique, or exhale forward into that C curl. And the same thing here, inhale on one side and exhale to the other side. Your goal for these movements is to keep that upper body nice and stable and in that C curl the whole time.
And I did notice using that new form of supporting my neck was much better, ladies.
Oh good, so no strain?
I felt no strain.
Perfect. And I love using the elbows forward first and open, because then you feel that stretch and that open, and you can find the middle ground that really finds ease in your neck and shoulders and makes it much easier. So then you can focus on your abdominals and not your neck and the pain of what's going on in your neck and throat.
That was a great tip for me.
Good.
So no more excuses.
No more excuses.